Welcome to another edition of the Leaders List by Proxxy. We will talk about what is on the leaders list, what are we paying attention to at this time, and what are the things that the executive multiplier is really helping them execute. The subject in this month is culture. And the approach that we're taking on culture is certainly it's important to recruit, it's important to retain great talent and make them happy in their job, produce great work. But it's also the tool that allows companies to scale, and it allows leadership to empower their staff. And so today we're going to interview the founder and CEO of Headstorm, and that's Lawrence King. They're an IT consultancy, professional services firm, fantastic organization, and they've gone through a lot of these processes, but Lawrence has actually become incredibly passionate about culture and forming culture and speaks on it quite a bit. So I hope all of you are looking forward to learning some real, actual, applicable lessons from somebody who's done it. What got you into culture and made you so passionate about it?
I like people, number one. In my early years of programming, I was pretty much an introvert, not by decision necessarily, but just because I spent so much time on a keyboard by myself. But I like people. I like the camaraderie. I played sports in high school and in college, and I liked the feeling of triumph with a team and challenges with a team. And I wanted to bake that into work life. And I think it's an important part of being able to lead people is to have some common values and a common mindset in order to achieve those goals.
Yeah. So what would you say to those leaders out there that go, oh, that's just touchy-feely stuff? Like, what's the real business value?
Well, I think there's a lot of business value. It's what you do. You could approach it in two different ways. One way is you could say, you know what? My job as a leader is to really micromanage. And while I'm micromanaging, I'm going to force people to do these types of things. And because I'm micromanaging, I don't need culture. I just need to be able to tell them what to do. Mm-hmm. And there's the other second way, which is I recognize that I don't want to micromanage people. I want a life. I want to enjoy myself. I want people to enjoy myself. And I need to not tell them what to do, but to get them to come to that realization and to want to do it when I'm not there. And what I think I found is that through culture, if you have a good culture, when you're focused on the things that you need to be focused on as a leader, and your employees are working, they're doing a lot more than you even expected. They're sleeping on these problems. They're talking to their wives about these problems, and they're really trying to solve things that you would never be able to get in a culture where you don't have a culture and you're really micromanaging. Yeah. And so to really hit scale, you have to create something that people believe in and their hearts.
Yeah, no, that's great. And so when you talk about scale, how do you measure, as you're going into culture's got to be something, if it's not touchy-feely and it has business benefits, then if it's not a hobby, you have to measure against it, right? Yeah. So what are some of the ways that you guys have turned this into a practice, so that you're paying attention to it and you're growing it?
Yeah, well, I'll give you a little bit of a journey. In the beginning, I spent a lot of time talking with employees. When we were 15, 20 people, and I enjoyed it, and that's kind of started this culture, but I just love to see what they're doing. I had a genuine interest in their work product, and they enjoyed sharing it with me. And so there was this great relationship there, and I got to really understand where the culture was. If they were having issues, I could address it there. And so it started off with very sort of hands-on, being really involved, but obviously that's not scalable. Over time, we've started implementing certain measures in certain areas that we think are how we want to measure our culture. Cultures are all different, so the way you measure them also has to change. And so for us, we've got engagement scores. We do surveys, frequent surveys with our employees on employee engagement. We talk about projects. We want to understand on the project that you're working on, What are the goods, the bads, and the uglies? What things need to be changed? We have a mentor-mentee program. And a big part of our culture is personal growth. And so in there, we get to understand a little bit of the motivations and the goals of our employees. We have, we're in a pretty hyper growth mode. And so when we're recruiting, how many of these candidates come in as referrals from our employees? That's probably the best score that we have. That's when you know you have somebody's heart, if they're willing to introduce you to their friends and family, and have their friends and family put their livelihoods into the company. And so, those are just a few of the measurements. We have some others that we look at that are more kind of abstract, like Glassdoor a little bit. We follow that pretty closely. Mm-hmm. A lot of it is, I think we now that people are back in the office, we tend to have trying to have events together at the office. Like we've started back up our Friday Headstorm use. And I can tell you, we just had one this past Friday. And although it's not a real quantifiable metric, but there's an energy in the room that is probably one of the most fantastic indicators, because when we come out of that meeting, if everybody's energized and excited and talking after the meeting ends, that's one of the metrics that I kind of look at to say, wow, that we're going in the right direction.
Well, you know what I love about that is you reinforce the values of the organization in practices like Headstorm University. And I know you have several different examples of that, but I always love companies. I always, in the marketing world, I would say, if you can describe your brand in a word and people go, oh yeah, I get it, then you've really done something. And I think it's not just a brand, because brand and culture to me are fairly interchangeable. One is what the interior world thinks of you, and one is what the exterior world, needs to think of you. So if you were going to describe your culture in a word, I don't want to put you on the spot, but could you do that?
Yeah, I would say it's growth.
Yeah.
Growth.
And what does that mean? Like,
I was going to tell you, so it's one word. It's a big word, right? It can mean a lot of different things, but it's a word that captures all of the essence of the company. And in the line of work that we do, we grow and we grow our customer base, and we grow our revenue, and we're growing our intellectual capital, and that's all great stuff. On the other side, we're growing our employees, and we're growing this platform, which the culture in a lot of ways is your platform. It's a platform as a collective to tell a story and to have an influence on the world. And so for us, we have our employees that we're trying to grow. And that's also personal growth, not just the number of employees we have, but individually, how do we take them from a consultant all the way through to a partner? How do we pull them through that career path and give them all the training that they need? Mm-hmm. And so really, it's a great word that it encapsulates everything, all encompassing.
There's a lot of great stuff in that discussion with Lawrence. One of the things that really stuck out to me, though, is how he's formed the culture around the values of the organization, and he recognizes that is something that's not going to change. But he also recognizes, instead of building a culture and trying to make it force fit to an individual, he's also recognized that if you build something that matches a certain psychographic, it will attract the right kind of people, and it'll make the right kind of people want to stay there. So thanks again to Lawrence King for spending some time with us, and we hope that you've enjoyed the Leaders List. See you next time.